Well, I'm continuing to do a little bit more work on this PPSH, even though there's some more breaking news which has come out yesterday, and I'll show that a little bit later in the video. Now, basically I'm doing a little bit more work on the shaping of the receiver. Now, I've added this piece of metal on here onto the base, and I'm still working on it. I've got some more welding to do and grinding and so on, and the shape is pretty much starting to get there now. Now the next part which I'm going to do is the magazine well. Now what I've done is I've taken dimensions off the mag well. Now the best way to do this I found was get a small piece of flexible wire and wrap it round from that point there to that point there, then measure the length of the wire. This gives you a better way to work out the total length of the piece of metal that you need to cut. Same on any of the sections where there's strange shaping. For instance, if you look here, you can see the side of the magwell area isn't flat, it actually expands towards the stock, so it's flared out slightly. Now I'm going to try and do that. Now the other thing you may notice is the magwell is actually made out of a few pieces of metal. The outer part of the metal is actually quite a thin piece of steel. It's probably a touch under 2 millimeters in thickness, so that's what I'm going to make mine out of. Then what they've done is they've spot welded it in a number of points to a thicker piece of metal inside, which gives you that piece there. You see how it's formed round? It's like a 3 millimeter thick piece of steel, and they've welded the two together inside there. So you can see that thick piece is probably folded all the way round and welded up inside here. Then what you have here is, this is the magazine release, and there, like so, and that's held by a small pin just there which pivots on it. So obviously there's a spring inside there pushing on the head of the magazine catch. Now this magazine catch has a hinge in it as well. So this piece of steel here is spring steel folded round. See how it works? Now the serial number on this gun, this is original World War II gun, PPSH41. The serial number should be stamped just under here, 4964 is the one on mine. And now this same serial number is stamped on most of the parts on this gun. It's also stamped here. You've got the date 1944. It could be BB underneath it, and then you've got 4964 again there. And where else is it stamped? I have seen it other places. On the metal here, which holds the back end to the stock here, you again have a 4964. It looks like it's 5B or some sort of Russian writing, some sort of Russian symbol. could be 6B, but the top of it is flat, more like a 5, and then 4964, the serial number. So the various parts which come away from the gun have that number stamped on them. Yeah, it's also on the barrel just inside there. It looks like a 6B 4964 again, just there. So all the parts are stamped up to show you that they're part of that gun. I imagine the bolts probably got it stamped on it as well, but that's not visible to me. Now, don't need to keep looking at that. I ordered a few components this week, sort of for the hell of it, I suppose. I ordered one of these on the web from a dealer, Worldwide Arms, here in the UK. I'll put a link up to their site in more info for you. This is an original World War II Russian PPSH41 mag container or bag, and it comes with a spare magazine. This one's fairly nice condition, not even very greasy. Yeah, so it also comes with an original World War II sling for the PPSH, plus a very odd original oil bottle. I suspect that this is probably in two sides. One might be grease and one might be oil, with it having two caps, and it's showing this W and a H on one side and like a line down the centre. It's not obvious that it's made in two halves, but why else would you have two caps on it and a W and a H and a divider down the middle? So I'll take it that it is. I'm not playing around with it at the moment because I don't really need to use it on an airsoft gun. It's just a piece of memorabilia which came with the bag and the mag and so on. The other thing is it came with a cleaning rod. Now I don't know, no, it's not a telescopic cleaning rod, but it's a World War II Russian cleaning rod for the PPSH. Yeah, so as I say, I've got those parts, so I've got a nice original sling for it. Now, the magwell, back to the magwell. Right, I've taken all the dimensions, and this is what it gives me. Basically, if I was to fold that like so, this is a piece of a cornflake packet, cardboard, which I've marked it off on. And I curve that round. I can't do this with one hand again, but that is the side of the magwell. I'll probably put a photo and some dimensions of this for those that want to have a go at playing around with one. Maybe you want to make one in cardboard even. So what I'll do is I've marked this out on some plate steel, which is about 1.75 millimeters thick. I've marked it out on some steel, so I'm going to cut that out and shape it up. The other part I've done is this piece of cardboard here, which is going to be welded into there. Now I'm going to drill a hole. When I mark this out, well, I've marked it out on the steel here, and it's going to have a hole drilled there where the barrel will be mounted through it. The other part I've marked up is for the front end of the barrel. Again, I've marked the centre where it's going to have a hole drilled through, so that will be for the front of the barrel jacket. So I'll go and get some of that done.